Some of the most talented people you'll ever meet will never reach their potential. Not because they lack intelligence, not because they lack ability, not because they lack opportunities, but because potential alone means nothing. Potential is possibility. Achievement is execution. And between those two things sits psychology. So, what do I mean? Every year, millions of people abandon their dreams. They settle for less than they are capable of and quietly accept lives that are smaller than the one they imagined. The tragedy isn't failure, the tragedy is unrecognized potential. And today, let us explore why some people never become who they could have been. And that could be you. Welcome to the Quacky Coach podcast, episode 2 of the Success Code. This series is dedicated to the psychology behind achievement, influence, growth, and sustainable success. In our previous episode, we discussed how success leaves clues. Today, we are examining something equally important. Why do some people see those clues and still never move forward? Have you got an answer? Why do intelligent, capable, talented individuals remain in the same space, in the same place, year in, year out? They remain stuck. Let's explore this. Here is a potential can become a trap. People often praise potential. We tell young people, you have so much talent. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Potential can become a dangerous identity because people begin falling in love with what they could become instead of focusing on what they are actually doing. Potential feels good. Actions feels uncomfortable. Potential allows you to imagine success. Action forces you to risk failure. And many people spend years protecting the image of being talented while avoiding the work required to become successful. Eventually, they become experts in possibility, but amateurs in execution. And that's where potential starts becoming a trap. One of the biggest reasons people never reach their potential isn't fear of failure. No, I know. It's fear of being seen. I want you to play this over and over again. The first time it may not make sense. Keep coming back to it until it makes sense. Success creates visibility. Visibility creates scrutiny. Scrutiny creates discomfort. Now, this could explain you because you have this potential and you have this idea and you've been planning to do it. Execution isn't happening. Why? Because in the back of your mind, you see the scrutiny, You see the visibility, you see the scrutiny, and you become very uncomfortable with that. Your life has to be private. Your life has to be unknown. Many people unconsciously avoid opportunities because those opportunities require them to become visible, visible enough to be judged, visible enough to be criticized, visible enough to disappoint others. So they stay small. Not because they lack ambition, no, but because remaining unseen feels psychologically safer. The irony is that many people pray for opportunities they are emotionally unprepared to handle. Yes. Now, let's look at the comfort zone. This is where more this is more powerful than motivation, the comfort zone. Most people underestimate the power of comfort. You can go and read some literature on this. Bridges and Fisher is one of them. Um, the human brain is designed to seek familiarity, not growth. Familiarity feels safe, even when it's frustrating, even when it's limiting, even when it's making us unhappy. Growth requires uncertainty. Growth requires discomfort. Growth requires risk, which means reaching your potential often requires becoming comfortable with temporary discomfort. The people who grow aren't necessarily motivated. They are simply more willing to tolerate discomfort for longer periods of time. Here is something else. There's a problem with the hidden, the, I want to say this. There is the hidden problem of self sabotage. You've heard about it. What is that? So, self sabotage is rarely obvious. It often disguises itself as logic, procrastination, perfectionism, overthinking, waiting for the perfect moment. Have you caught yourself just waiting for the right time, the right day, the right month, the right year, the right person, even? Endless preparation. These behaviors seem harmless, but they are often protection mechanisms. Because if you never fully commit, you never fully fail. And if you never fully fail, your ego remains protected. Unfortunately, your potential remains trapped as well. And many people don't need more information. No, they need more courage. So perhaps the most overlooked factor in success is identity. People act in ways that are consistent with who they believe they are. If someone sees themselves as just an ordinary person, they will unconsciously avoid extraordinary opportunities. If someone sees themselves as someone who isn't leadership material, they hesitate to lead. If someone believes I'm not confident, they behave accordingly. Long before success appears externally, it must first be accepted internally. Your future is often limited by the identity you have chosen to carry. Your future is often limited by the identity you have chosen to carry. So, playing small has a hidden cost. At first, it feels safe. You avoid criticism, you avoid risks, you avoid disappointments. But eventually, another feeling emerges, which is this: regret. Yes, because deep down you know what you're capable of. And there are a few things more painful than wondering, what if I had tried? What if I had been braver? What if I had trusted myself? Years later, many people aren't haunted by failures. They are haunted by possibilities they never pursued. Let that never happen to you. Take this as a wake up call. And yes, it may be your past, but let change start now. So reaching your potential requires personal evolution. Here's the truth: success is not just about achieving goals, it's about becoming the person capable of achieving them. Success isn't just about achieving goals, it's about you becoming the person capable of achieving them. So, potential isn't fulfilled through wishing. You can't keep dreaming it and hoping it will come to pass. Somehow, magically, you wake up in the morning and everything will be hunky dory, it will be perfect. Everything will be there, manna from heaven. I don't want to say much. I want to stay on this, you know, topic, but there is a lot more. Potential isn't fulfilled, I was saying, through wishing. It's fulfilled through transformation. It's fulfilled through learning. It's fulfilled through growth. It's fulfilled through resilience. It's fulfilled through discipline. It's fulfilled through courage, emotional maturity. The person you are today may not yet be equipped for the future you desire. And that's okay, you know, because growth is the process of becoming. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is evolution. So, in conclusion, I want to say this: most people never reach their potential because they spend too much time protecting themselves. Most people never reach their potential because they spend too much time protecting themselves. Is that what you've been doing? Have you been spending too much time protecting yourself? And I know some of you have brilliant ideas. And I know you wake up in the morning and you look at it, something that you are doing, but you don't trust yourself enough to fail, to be disappointed, to go out there in front, before other people and present or sell yourself or sell your idea or sell your service because you are afraid. You are protecting yourself from being hurt, from being disappointed, from being refused. And you'd rather have somebody do it for you. But here is the problem. Many a time, that person is you. You need to overcome that self protectionism thing. Go out there, put your life on the line, and see what happens. You know, I was saying most people never reach their potential because they spend too much time protecting themselves, protecting their comfort, protecting their ego, protecting their identity, protecting themselves from failure. But potential was never meant to be protected. It was meant to be tested, expanded, developed, and expressed. You don't discover potential by thinking about it. You discover it by challenging it. The greatest tragedy isn't failure. The greatest tragedy is leaving your gifts unused. And most of you listening to me are gifted in so many things. Because the life you are capable of creating is often waiting on the other side of the fears you are currently avoiding. I hope you got that. The life you are capable of creating is often waiting on the other side of the fears you are currently avoiding. And with that, I want to say if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the Quacky Coach podcast and join me for the next episode in the Success Code series. I believe together we will explore the hidden psychology behind achievement, influence, confidence, growth, and sustainable success. But here is the thing: success isn't accidental, and neither is personal growth. Make it a habit to succeed.